So hello and welcome back guys. So guys, in today's video I will teach you some basics about JavaScript. So guys, later on I'm gonna make more detailed videos per topic, but for now I will tell you basics so that you can jump into programming, at least according to me. So guys, now let's start with defining. So guys, to store data you have to define some variables and store the data inside them. In JavaScript, we can define using var, let, and const. So guys, if you are do not use var slash or var, whatever you say it. You should not use it. It is just my suggestion because it is a bit messy, and I will prefer you to use let. And I will tell you more about them. Well, first of all, the name should not start with numbers. For example, something like one age, and it should not have any symbols except for underscore and the dash. And of course it can have letters of all kind of thing. And guys, one more thing, the variable names are case sensitive. For example, age age, all of these three are different. So that's all about variables. And now let's just jump into the scopes. So guys, what are scopes? By scopes, I mean, for example, this variable defined here is only accessible here inside these brackets. Alright, and this variable defined here is available here. It is not available inside because we redefined it with a different value. So let me show you the result of running this thing. Wait a second, let me go there. And by the way guys, I will tell you more of some stuff about Node.js too, and we are going to use Node.js to compile our code. All right, so I will do basic slash, what is the folder name, defining. Well, notice the scope. Let's see what will happen. So you can see that there is an error because age is not defined. So that happens when you have some undefined errors. For that we can just do age is equals to 100, pretty simple, and bam, now it says name 3 is not defined. But why? Because we never defined it? No, it is because this name 3 variable have a scope of only this part, and you can see it did log some stuff. Let me show you. If I just remove name 3 from here and name 2, then this will happen. Bam, in inside it logged everything, but outside it cannot log name 2 or name 3. But to be honest, it can log name 2 because you remember I said you that var have different scopes. Bam, the var can, with the var just hoist the variable so that it can work everywhere, literally everywhere on your code. Alright, but if we use let or const, we cannot access them outside. And of course, we can override these by defining them in a different block. You can see it is Shishu inside and it is Shushi outside. So that's all about defining them. Now here comes more about data types. So guys, there are lots of data types. First of all, it is string. I showed you, you can put them inside double quotes or on single quotes and on these backticks or whatever you call them. And now we have number. Well, number can be decimal number too. And now we have boolean. Boolean can be true or false. And now we have null. Well, null is the property, or I should say the keyword, which is used to show the variables which have no value. And undefined is for the value which are defined, of course. And then we have arrays. Well, the arrays are just a collection or list of lots of different data types. I just typed string here, but we can make numbers too, and we can type null, and we can type true. We can add anything in our array. And then we have objects. Objects have different properties, and then a colon. Well, this is the property name, and these follow the same rule as these variable definition. And then we have a colon, and then we have their value. We can add functions too, like get full name. If I do data dot get full name, and if I just log this thing, you will see something. Let me show you. Basic slash data types. So you can see it logs Shishu Uchiha because we are returning that. Alright, and now comes some more stuff like what are literals. So for example, if you want to show some variables in your string, normally what people do is they just do my age is plus age plus more string, and blah blah blah. But we can easily do that stuff in JavaScript using these upticks, and we just have to type our shit and then a dollar sign and these brackets and the variable name. And let me show you what happens here. Wait a sec. LITERA, literal, bam. See, it says my age is 17, my name is Karthikeya. But if it were these normal codes, then it will not happen and it will say dollar name and dollar age. Alright. So that's all about literals. And now I will talk about functions probably. Yep. Alright, no, I will talk about try catch. So guys, for example, if you have some errors, some errors, let me show you. For example, here we didn't define these variables, but but guys, if we just run this code, we won't have that much problem. It will just log the error here. But let me do this. I got some error so that you can see that we are catching the errors. It didn't log that big thing. We can catch errors like this. All right, that's about try catch. And now let's jump on to functions. So guys, functions are the functions take some parameters like some values, and then they do their stuff and they return something. Well, it is not important that they will always return, because there are void functions too which do not return anything. So let me tell you what is this. A and B are just numbers, and then the callback. Well, I personally think that you will hear callback functions a lot of time, so I added this shit. So what a callback function is? Callback function is just a parameter which is a function. So guys, this is a different way to define function. This thing is equivalent to something like function sum is this, log sum is sum. So if I put, let me just cut this thing and let me show you this. If I do slash function, bam, it logs sum is 3. But if I replace this part with this function thing, it will still do the same thing. So they are same thing, just a different way to define them. Alright, so that's how we provide parameters, and that's how we provide function parameters. This is all about that. Now let me show you about promises. So guys, there are functions which takes some, well, I'm just telling you this in an easy way. Well, there are some asynchronous function which takes some time in replying to the thing. So for example, if I just do console.log sum and I provide something like this and this, then you know what will happen? Let me show you real quick. Basic slash promise, bam. So it says promise pending because the promise was pending. And here, if we use the dot then function, the dot then function is like, well, it just says everything in its name. It will do everything after this promise is resolved or ended. So that thing, what should I say, that thing logged the then function sum is v is this parameter. By the way guys, you can make it like this too, but if you have a single parameter you can directly do this. All right, so after that, let me show you the async await thing. So instead of typing all of this dot then shit, we can just make a async function, and in there we can just do the sum is await and all the parameters. Pretty simple, pretty easy. You can see it logged and it works. So now we will go to the loops. So what are loops? So guys, in JavaScript we can loop. Well, loop is like moving in a loop. Well, it is like just doing something again and again according to these things. So in first part we just defines a variable. It is not important, we can just make it empty too. And then in second part we sets a condition like until this condition is, well, if this condition is true, do all of this shit, and then after doing this shit, do this. So let me show you what happens. If we do basic slash loop, it will do this. It says I my index is this and that. So let me show you one more thing. If I do if I is equals to 2, continue. So guys, what our continue keyword do, it just ignores the remaining code for this particular loop. All right, when I is equals to 2. So you can see it didn't log the index is 2. But there is one more thing. If I just do control plus CV, if I do 3 here, and instead of continue, if I do break, you know what will happen? The loop will break. You can see it logged 0 1 and it continued for the 2, and when it came to 3, it just braked. And just for some good stuff, I will put it inside the log so that you can see the loop third worked, then it ended it. So guys, that's how we do while loop. and we do have a true while loop. Well, sorry, that's how we do the for loop. And then there is another loop while, it is called while loop. All right. So for example, if I have a variable I, its value is 0. So if I do, if I is equals to 0, log I, and then I plus plus. So what will happen is it just logged 0 because I was equals to 0, then value changed, so the loop died. So this it just takes the test condition. We have another loop, do while loop. So it is an exit control loop. For example, it just do everything you ask. Let me show you, console.log j. So let's do let j is equals to 0. So if I do while j is less than 2, do this shit, j plus plus. So if I do this now, you can see it logged 0 and then 1. Alright. So it is just it runs all the code inside do. And by the way, my bad. Now it will work. All right. So, well, that's the correct. This is the correct syntax, and do all of this shit until this condition is true. All right. This is all about loops, and I guess this is all about loops. And now let's move on to promise. All right. Promise are done. Scopes are done. Try catch done. Literal done. Function. All right, guys. Now let's move on to classes. So guys, classes are just I should say a blueprint or maybe a structure of an object. So it takes a constructor class, which is the main class, which is the main function which is invoked when we create a new object. Right? And inside the classes we can use this keyword to refer to this object. For example, like this object have a value called a. For if you want to log that value, you will just do this dot a, and you can do this thing for accessing anything. For example, I will say log, and it takes some string and just log that thing to the console. Wait a second, log that thing to the console. Now here we are creating an object. Well, to create an object of a class, we just have to use the new keyword, the class name, and provide the stuff required in the constructor. Now let me show you. If I do a object and then provide some string like hello there YouTube, and if we do now node space class, well, class bam, a object is not defined. What the heck, what the heck? Oh, let's sorry, my bad. A object is not a function. We have to do a object dot log. I'm so stupid, man. Anyways, you can see first of all we ran this function inside the constructor, and this is hi and a is 59, and you can see we provided 59, and then we ran this function and it says hello there YouTube. So that's how stuff works, and we can access this a property outside too by doing end, by doing this. Wait a second. All right, plus a object, well, the object name dot the property, and bam, it says and a is 59. Well, these are the very basics of the class. These class thing have a lot more inside, for example static thing and a lot more. I will tell all of that in a separate video, but for now this is it, and thanks a lot for watching. And if you guys want to know anything about JavaScript, Node.js, just message me, and more tutorials will be coming real soon. So wait till then, and bye.